Hey there, howdy folks, T-Rev here, revving it up, fired up and excited. Blessings to you. Happy Friday, May 28th, 2021. Exciting times to be alive. Been chewing on this today. Thought I would share. I know I've talked about this before in the past, but it's being revisited right now because it's so important. Could probably revisit on this over and over and over again, but there's a scripture in First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 17-ish. There's a rendition of something very similar in Romans also. I don't remember the address of it in Romans. But in 1 Thessalonians 5, it says, rejoice always, pray without ceasing, and in all things be thankful. In other words, continually be continuing to rejoice, continue to be strengthened in joy, 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 and then have a constant communication with the living God that resides in us. The Colossians says the fullness of the Godhead dwells in us bodily. And so be having a continual conversation with the living God. That's pray without ceasing. And then in all things be thankful. Be grateful, have an attitude of gratitude. Not necessarily like, you can go so far as to say to be thankful for all things. But what I really think is saying is always maintain an attitude of gratitude. Why? Because like Peter said, we don't lack anything pertaining to life or godliness, so we can always be thankful. And the reality is if we're always thankful, we won't complain, because they're antithesis. They're opposing one another. You can't be complaining and be thankful at the same time. When we're having communion, that pray without ceasing, then we're not going to be able to get caught up in the thoughts of the world or the thoughts or distractions of the enemy or the lies, because we're in a continual conversation with the living God, with truth, with the way, and with life. And so that's essential. And if we're always getting our joy on, if we're always rejoicing, celebrating, then we're not going to get caught up in despair and discouragement and hopelessness and depression and those things. And so I just encourage you that there's a reason why God said that. And it gets capped off in Thessalonians with, this is the perfect will of God for you. So if you want to know God's will, there it is. Rejoice always, pray without ceasing, and in all things be thankful, because this is the perfect will of God for you. God bless.